You are listening to KBFT's Bois Forte Veterans Series, a special Veterans Day series featuring stories from the Anishinaabe men and women of the Bois Forte Reservation who served in the United States military.
My name is Gene Goodsky, and my native name is Detigiguneeb, which means a northern harrier, English name of a hawk. As I was 17, I joined the Navy hoping to get into the Seabees. 14 years honorable of military service. I was discharged as an E6, which is a first-class petty officer and the equivalence to a staff sergeant. I had 4 good conduct medals. My first orders, Vietnam. Well, I went over there and could have got killed about 5 or 6 times. I was with a unit, a Seabee team. There was only 80 men in that unit. And in a battalion there's 800. What they used to call that, the Seabee teams, is the elite force of the Seabees. So I was fortunate to get picked into one of them teams. And we used to go out to these Marine camps out about 40, 50 kilometers from the main base. We'd load up all of our equipment in a little caravan. We'd go out to the camps. And they were really glad to see us coming. As the equipment operators, we had about 4 bulldozers, D8s, and guys, the equipment operators would push all that perimeter back about 200-300 yards. They'd make a big mound all the way around their camp. Some of the equipment operators that were backhoes, they'd dig trenches all the way around their camp, and they'd put the sand on the top so they'd have cover. Every once in a while they'd make a little break all the way around, and they put concertina wire on the other side of and on the top. But at night when they get attacked, Charlies they call them, the enemy, you'd get these big wide boards like a 2x12. You'd put it over the top, they'd run up on the top, they'd carry another 2x12 with them and drop it down, and they'd run across, and before they hit the ground the Marines would shoot them. Nobody hit the ground live, and we were right behind them. There we were firing ourselves. That's why the Marines were so glad to see us, because we were able to build that big mound over there. Because they'd attacked at night, and they'd shoot up them illumination flares. It's just like daylight. They always had half of the force, on guard duty, watching the place. Then when they get under attack, the siren would go off, and everybody would run out and grab their weapons and go to the lines. That one particular morning when me and my 2 friends were coming from the morning breakfast, morning chow we call it. They were about an arm length away from me on both sides, walking. Then pretty soon you can hear that whistling sound. Then about that time the siren went off, which meant incoming. We're being attacked by rockets. And one landed about 100 yards from us, and it exploded, and you could just hear the metal ripping. And as soon as the metal was ripping and burst out, they'd all shoot forward. And my 2 friends, they each took 2 pieces of shrapnel, gut shot. And we all buckled over and hit the ground. I laid there for about 5 minutes until the siren went off. And I got up, and my friends didn't get up. There was about 40 guys laying down, and there was about 20 of us standing. And we started hollering for the medics. And the ambulance came racing across the runway. They took us all in to get us checked. They didn't find any marks on me, but they took my 2 friends away. And the next morning I went back to the hospital to check to see how they're doing. And when I got over admitting, they said, "No, we don't have anybody here by that name." So they must have got killed. 2 shrapnels in each one of them, because otherwise they would have been there. I never seen them again. And I made it through. I served 12 months over there. I got over there in country, they call it in country, December 10th, 1968. And I left January 10th, 1970. I went to the bar, wait for family. And while I was sitting there, these 2 long-haired guys come up to me. They said, "Where are you coming from?" That was before I went and changed clothes. I went and stopped and had a beer. And I said, I'm coming from Vietnam. And they looked at me, they said, what the H were you doing over there? I said, you know something? I went over there to keep you free. That's why you're free today. Because I put my life on the line for people like you. And they left. But that's the kind of greeting, the first greeting that I got from when I got to Minnesota. They know they got me mad. And after that, I went and changed clothes. And after that, family came and we put our lives on the line to keep us free. We had a lot of faith in our tobacco, eagle feathers, hawk feathers. Yeah, every time I see a veteran, no matter who they are, Vietnam, Korea, whether they're Marine, Army, Air Force, they're a veteran, I walk up to them and I shake their hand. I just tell them, welcome home. Mio. That's all.
Thank you for listening to Bois Forte Veteran Series, brought to you by KBFT 89.9 FM and the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund.